Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? As you know, Bitcoin, it has bounced from the bottom of its depths of despair and has come back up, and now we're seeing some sideways action. Will we see a small dip and then a bounce, creating a W, causing it to break higher? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. So if you want to know what's going to happen, you're just gonna have to sit down, watch the whole all the way to the end, because it's gonna be fun and entertainment. Because boy, oh boy, there's never a dull moment with Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's always action, right? But remember, right? Even though all this action occurs during the lifespan of Bitcoin and Ethereum until it becomes actual money and it settles down, remember, it will settle down at a very high price. Right, so ignore the noise. Just keep buying your dollar cost averaging. Don't bother, looking at the price and just trying to figure out, should I sell now and then buy back cheaper? Because that's a fool's game for most people, and you'll end up losing money. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible to sell high and buy low. Just find it. Most people, it's very difficult for most people to do so. All right, so with that said, right, we're going to be talking about how to trade the next move that's coming in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you want to do so, right, you could do so at by heading over to buybit.davincej15.com or femex.davincej15.com, where you can get some bonuses for depositing your money and depositing some Bitcoin there and to trade. So yeah, make sure you do that. All right, so remember, this is no financial advice, right? Always do your own research before putting any money in the market, because you know what, you could lose a lot of money, especially on a leverage exchange. So don't go in there without some sort of education. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? As you can see, we said Bitcoin is like just trading sideways on the 4-hour, and we're looking for it to like come back down and give it a nice W and go higher. Unfortunately, I'm not convinced of that. I really think that this is a descending wedge pattern, right? And so a descending wedge is actually very bearish. Not impossible for us to break higher, but it's bearish all the same. You can probably try to look at other people's saying how this is like a actual symmetrical triangle, and we're at the edge to break out. Yeah, if you want to like ignore this breakdown, sure. But I don't think you should. I think that breakdown is pretty significant, right? So I don't really want to count that as a symmetrical triangle, right? So I'm not even considering that. I'm considering this, and I know it's bearish. You don't want to hear bearish news, but we have to consider reality, and this is the most likely scenario, which is that we are in a falling wedge pattern here, which could lead to more downward price action, basically. So yeah, let's go over to the shorter time frame and see what we could do to trade this. Now, I'm not going to recommend this trade, but it's a possibility. You could, if you really think that this thing is going to go higher, and you want to play from a position of strength, well, I got a trade idea for you. So we're looking for some sort of W action. So expect this thing to either continue a little bit higher, then come back down, and then maybe you can just hit just the fibs, do the fibs, and do my Hail Mary trade from this place to here, get it on 78.6, and stop loss it down here. Don't expect that to work 100% of the time. Sometimes there's something called a scam wick, right? That does this breaks you down and then goes, oops, sorry. Sorry. So expect that. And so when you expect that, make sure that you're betting like only the amount that you're willing to lose, right? So that you can, you know, try again later, right? You'd always want the key to this game when you do trade on leverage exchange is to always make sure that you have money to play again, and you have lots of money to play again, not just a little bit. So make sure that your bets are very tiny, and you will be successful at the trading game in the long run. Because there's no such thing as a sure thing. Everybody wants to talk about how, hey, you're bearish or you're bullish now, and you were bearish before, and now you're bullish. Well, you know, the market changes its structure, and I have to change, right? That's how trading is, right? It's not about the side being right all the time, right? It's about you know, figuring out how to best trade the market on the most with the highest percentage possibility of wins, and that's it. There's no concern about whether or not, hey, you know what, I should be only bullish, I should be only bearish, right? Yes, I'm bullish long run, always bullish long run, but in a shorter time frame, the things are a little different. So in this short time frame, we can go down even further and see if there's any kind of information that gives us a clue of when we can see a low breakdown. And you can see right here, there we go. If we break this this level here, oops, you can see it right here. Let's see here, there. Sorry to interrupt in the middle of the stream, but head over to blockfi.com/DaVinciJ15 and you could earn $250, also 8.6% on your crypto. Of course, know your risks, and you'll be able to trade crypto over there. Also get access to a credit card, allow you to spend your crypto. Links are in the description below. We need to make this here. Boom. So if we break down through this trend line, maybe we should make another type of trend line. Array. There we go. There you go. So we break down through that. You can see that we could fall further, and yeah, you can set your stop losses, your short. Your buy order down right around at the fib retracement level. So let's do that here on the shorter 15-minute time frame, so you can see where it is again. You're buying down here at 78.6, which is another you know, you can run the stop run area where for sure we're going to try to come back and hit that stop run, and maybe even hit down there. So maybe this is the right, yeah, there we go, that's the right stop loss, and this is the right entry point right there at 36,220 is where you're talking about. Let me just make sure this is at the top. Yes, it is. There we go, 36,220. Boom. And that's it. You know, see what happens, right? You stop loss it at 35,824, and you walk away should this not work out. Ethereum, it's chopping around too, and it hasn't decided on any kind of direction just yet. I think we could probably make a better symmetrical triangle with Ethereum, maybe. I don't like the fact that on the 4 hour, so I don't like the fact that we broke a little bit of that symmetrical triangle pattern here, but it is possible. Now let me just do it with array so that we can see it. Oops. Let me just get that right there. There we go. And over here, we can see this is the bottom. Let's just go here. And then we're going to do the top of the array, top symmetrical triangle, which, let's see here, if we can pull this off. Yeah, that looks right. That looks perfect. So a lot of room to chop around, time to chop around, right? Maybe on the 21st, maybe around here, or the 22nd, we might see a final break of this sideways action for Ethereum before we decide on direction. Looking into, if we add in the Bollinger Bands and head over to, it's kind of interesting because like the Bollinger Bands indicate that we are about to explode, especially on the hourly, in a direction, majorly in a direction, one way or the other. So with that said, the most likely direction, because we've already like dumped down, is the downwards direction. At this point, you can see that we've created a lot of M's, right, to get to this point, right, and then over here, more M's, and even more M's. So the most likely direction is downwards. So that's where you would take your trade. Of course, there's no guarantees, right? From the management, make sure that you do your own due diligence and decide on what trade to make. The breakout point would be right about here, and you would take your trade and see where it takes you from there. I'm a little concerned that we're a little bit oversold, a little bit, not a whole lot. Going down to the 4 hour, yeah, again, 4 hours, the bands are closing, saying, hey, something big is coming this way. We're heading down, and you might want to do something. Looking at the price action now, heading back to this, you can see that we might end up all the way back down, testing the lower band, the lower levels of which is at the $2,300 level. So for Ethereum. All right, let's head over to the dominance. And the dominance is like, oh, come on, man. Why you have to go and do that for? Right, I thought we were gonna get some like serious altcoin season, like even like a little bit of a mini alt season, right? Because it was like sliding down, and nope. So we're gonna have to come back and test the top level of this green bar, see if it is actually a resistance level, and see what happens. If not, we'll see it come all the way up to the 52 percentile. Oof, that's gonna crush alts badly. Should we break that? I'm still setting up to buy some alts on the cheap, so heck, you know what? I'll be picking up some alts cheap no matter what. So I'm glad for that at that side. But at the same side, nobody wants to have a bear market. We want to see only green candles and not in the dominance. We want to see green candles only on our altcoins, and yeah, all we're seeing is red. What is this nonsense? No. Market only go up. All right. Well, I'm not going to be doing a news version today. I'm going to be cutting this a little bit short today. Thank you all for watching. Remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.